Ken, I want to turn to you. When people may have left this story on Friday, it seemed like the DOJ was not yet involved. This was a local investigation, a state investigation. Now the feds have gotten into the game here a little bit. What does the DOJ's involvement mean for the future of whatever case may be being built here?
So there will be 2 prosecutions, and this is a very significant move by the Justice Department. They've charged him with attempted kidnapping, but also with this rarely used charge of assaulting the close relative of a federal officer to intimidate that officer and impede that officer from performing his or her duties. It's the kind of charge that they would have brought had any of the January 6th rioters managed to get access to members of Congress and harm them. And it carries 30 years in prison. So it's a big deal. It suggests that the Justice Department views this as a political act and wants to send a message that they're going to bring the full weight of justice against whoever tries to do things like that.
I was going to say, is there a deterrent effect from a charge like that in this political environment that we're in, where there is so much concern about other violence, for the DOJ to say, look, we're not leaving this as some local assault case. We're taking this to the maximum degree we can? I
think that's absolutely correct. And especially when given the context of this person and his delusional writings, and you can make an argument that he doesn't have all his faculties, he didn't know what he was doing. The Justice Department is not considering that. They are bringing the full weight of these very serious charges.
Let's talk about the broader threat environment, this bulletin that came out from FBI and DHS late last week in sort of warning about the broader threat environment. Talk me through a little bit of what that means as we head into this final sprint towards the election, because it is very timing based around the election.
Yeah, this was the kind of intelligence bulletin that probably should have been written before January 6th. It's based on the same kind of information, not specific enough to be actionable, but just a lot of social media chatter. In this case, it's threats to the election. And what they're saying is that election administrators, election workers, politicians are at heightened risk of being attacked by domestic violent extremists. And they're saying that those people are acting based on this narrative of fraud in the 2020 election. They don't call it bogus. We know it's a bogus narrative. Sure. And the thing about this document is that you could write 5 of these about various different conspiracy theories that are coursing through social media, including some of the ones invoked by this Pelosi assailant.
When you talk about the idea that the threats are non-specific, I wonder if there's a certain CYA element to this from the federal government. Are there resources that come with this? Will there be stepped-up patrols, stepped-up some kind of federal deterrent effect around protecting election workers or politicians? Or is this, these agencies saying, look, we gave you some kind of warning and now you're on your own?
There's certainly an element of that, absolutely. But this is an unclassified intelligence bulletin that goes to all levels of law enforcement. So the idea is to put them on heightened alert, that things that are First Amendment protected, it's not against the law to criticize election workers, or even to wish harm on election workers, as vile as that is. But it's the idea is to get the local police forces to pay closer attention to people who are doing that, knowing that there is a potential for violence here.
All right, Ken Delanian, thank you for that. I know we'll be following this closely in the days to come.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.